Travis Babcock, who told us about some of the logistics of the Hall of Fame, has a question for you. He said, Arn, I'm sorry to bring up a possibly sore subject, but I recently rewatched the episode of Raw where Austin pissed on you, and I have a two-part question. Whose idea was that, and how did Austin feel about having to do it? Thanks for answering my question.
He didn't like it, and Jack Lanza didn't like it, who was the agent in charge of producing it. That's what Vince does. If you leave him, which we did, Tully and I were the first ones to break the contract when we're up there wrestling in '88, right?
Yeah.
So we left, and it sparked a firestorm, which he never forgot. So I came back in the capacity as an agent, and he did an angle with Flair, and that was the deal. So I was the catalyst to get do something. I would say get heat on me, because everyone knows I was Rick's best friend. But Lanza didn't like it, and Austin didn't like it, and they told me they went to Vince, and he said, no, it'll be great. It was his way of paying me back for leaving him.
And I'm sure we'll get more opportunities again on the next Ask Arn. That's going to wrap us up for the February edition. If your question didn't get asked, no worries. We're saving them all. I have pages of questions here that I supply to the research guy, Andrew Hermes, and he'll make sure that I get those back. Lots of great questions, lots of great content. But as we get out of here this week, don't forget that Arn Anderson, My Life is the Enforcer, the comic, is available wherever you find books. All the orders have been shipped out, and the Kickstarter campaign was an enormous success. Arn will have these books in hand at all appearances and wants to hear what you think about them, and is going to sign them for you. Isn't that right, Arn?
Absolutely, 100%. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for everybody that waited all that time. It was out of our control, but everyone was really patient. I appreciate it very much. I hope you enjoy it. Most people are saying it's a one read. Sit down and
it is, yeah,
and just read it through, and be wanting more when it's over instead of less, which was the goal.
Guys, listen, if your business targets that 25 to 54-year-old demographic, there's no better place to advertise than right here on the Arn Show. And you can do that by going to advertisewitharn.com right now. Fill out a little bit of that information, and Arn and I will put together a great ad read for you and make sure that we tell our audience all about your product or service. So check it out, advertisewitharn.com, and we'd be happy to make sure that we fill in the audience on your product or service and tell them all about it. So check it out. Very little waste, and we do have that super targeted audience. So check it out now. Arn, next week, we're returning back to the walk through your career. We're going to August 1994. How you really messed up now by turning on Dustin. Dusty makes his return to the team with his son, giving one of the best promos of the year, where he calls you, my friend, a walk behind her. Ricky Steamboat suffers a career-ending injury. This is going to be huge. Hulk wrestles Flair in a rematch, and a masked man attacks the new world champion. We're going to cover it all next week right here on the Arn Show. Arn, thank you so much for doing this Ask Arn with me this week.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody that put their questions in. I did me best.
You did a great job. Arn, before we get out of here, I wanted to circle back with you on that question from Drew Landry. Is there that one match that you would go back in time and like to revisit if you could? I didn't want to, I had that in the back of my mind, just thought of it before we wrapped up. You said come back to it. Is there that one point in time you'd like to go back to?
The first match I ever had. Albertville, Alabama, 50 people, maybe 100. I got chopped up like chop suey and got paid off in hot dogs.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a bad payoff right now. I could eat a few hot dogs.
Three hot dogs, 4 hot dogs, whatever it was. The promoter came up after just witnessing me get the shit kicked out of me solid for 7-8 minutes, said, well, house is down. sorry, can't afford to pay you this week, but I know you got to eat. So here, and actually handed me 4 hot dogs.
Wow.
And guess what? Halfway
What?
home, I ate them.
Oh yeah. Any toppings on those hot dogs? Nah,
Nope.
just
Didn't
bun and
need
dog.
it. Didn't need them.
There you go. Well, guys, on behalf of your hot dog eating champion, Arn Anderson, this is Paul Bromwell, and we'll see you right back here next week on another episode of Arn